So this is your reading video this is your first reading video for Thursday, October 31st. You should have just been passed out this article. Remember, yours is front and back. Finding Nemo is on the back side. Plant or animal is on the front side. And then you should have been passed out Venom questions, page 77 to 79. I should have typed 77 to 78 on there, but I made a mistake, so I'm sorry. You're going to go ahead and follow along as I read these pages out loud to you. Flowers that aren't. Reefs are rather like apartment houses, and a lot of their tenants are venomous. Venom is a powerful weapon for protection and hunting when there is so much competition for food and space. Many types of sea anemone, it's that word that Finding Nemo couldn't say and Mrs. Barber can't say either, live on reefs. These strange relatives of coral look like flowers, but they are animals and they can sting. Sea anemone can creep or float, but most of the time they don't move. They are found in oceans all around the world in both deep and shallow water, clinging to rocks, shells, coral, sand, and shipwrecks. Each sea anemone is a cnidarian with a thick body topped with a mouth surrounded by a ring of fleshy namiocyst-covered tentacles. Most species have namiocysts that are too weak to penetrate human skin, but some such as the branching anemone and the fire anemone, can sting people, and their venom causes itching, burning, swelling, and severe pain. Here is that animal. If you've seen Finding Nemo lives inside of one. Next page, Finding Nemo. And then up top it's got a clownfish, which is, we know, Finding Nemo. A few animals that eat sea anemones. A few animals eat sea anemones. Many others avoid them, but not the anemone fishes, such as this clownfish, made famous by the animated film Finding Nemo. Clownfishes and their relatives live in anemones, feeding on algae and plankton. These fish have a thick coating of mucus that makes them immune to the anemone's stings. Some anemone fish have specific types of anemone as their partner. Others visit several varieties of anemones. These fish are protected by their cnidarians, and though no one is sure what the anemones get in return, it is possible that fish protect them by chasing away predators. There are two current theories about how and where the anemone fish get its mucus covering. One is acclimatization. Acclimatization. The fish swims for hours among the anemone's tentacles, making brief contact, receiving non-lethal stings, and smearing the mucus from the cnidarian onto its own body. A second theory states that the mucus comes from the fish, and it lacks an element that causes the anemone to fire its nemocyst. Both theories may be true. For the anemone fish that visit several species of anemones, the acclimatization theory makes sense. For anemone fish that have just one host, the mucus theory may be more relevant. I have an anemone, and I know how to use it. Another critter that doesn't fear sea anemones is the hermit crab. Unlike other crabs, the hermits don't have their own shell-like covering. They slip into the abandoned shells of mollusks, soft-bodied shell-making animals, such as snails and whelks. Several types of hermit crabs gather sea anemones and stick them to their shells for protection. The anemones may benefit by getting leftover scraps of the crab's food. A single crab may wear as many as 6 anemones on its shell. Another species, the boxer crab of Australia, holds anemones in each of its claws like boxing gloves, thrust like boxing gloves, thrust them at enemies. It may also use the anemones to stun its prey. So then it's got a picture of the hermit crab with its shell, and then the boxer crab as well down on the bottom. So let's see here. On your question page, on the first, so the number 1 says, what does the diagram tell you? The diagram that I'm talking about is right here, the hydrophobia. The hydrophobia. So what does the diagram tell you about the hydra? How does the diagram, the same hydra diagram, how does that help you better understand the text? So 1 and 2, make sure you're writing about the hydra. Number 3, what do you know about the hydra from the diagram that you wouldn't know from the text? Number 4, where are the stinging tentacles located on the hydra? How do you know? Number 5, where do buds grow on the hydra? How do you know? Number 6, what is the main idea or main ideas of pages 77 to 78? Number 7, what are supporting details from the text that support the main idea? Number 8, in the following sentence, what does the word relatives mean? Clownfishes and their relatives live in anemones, feeding on algae and plankton. So what does that word relatives mean? You may work with a partner on wrapping up this page, but make sure that you are being respectful to your substitute, and if they tell you go back to your seat, you must do that because that is what they've told you to do. You can go ahead and go back to those and page 77, 78 and reread it if you'd like, and then make sure you're using complete sentences to fill out that worksheet. You have one more reading video for today, so once you're done with that worksheet, make sure you turn it in and then go back to Google Classroom and look at reading video 2.